Hey friends, I hope you've had some time to take a look at our letter of the week. I am excited to share with you a book called My D Book because our letter of the week is the letter D. This is a lowercase d. Can you say the sound d, 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 d with me? Awesome job, my friends. Okay, let's get started. The author of My D Book is Jane Belk Moncure, and she writes all of our Letter of the Week books. The author, if you remember, is the person who writes the words for a book. Does anyone remember what the illustrator does? The illustrator for this book is Colin King. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. While you're listening, make sure you try to hear words that start with the sound d, d, d. Little D had a box. I will find things that begin with my d sound, she said. I will put them into my sound box. First, little D found some d, d, d dolls. She found all kinds of dolls. Dolls and more dolls. When I look at this word, dolls, I see that the first letter is D, D, D. One doll danced. One doll played a d, d, drum. Did little D put the dolls into her box? She did. But some dolls fell out. So little D said, I will turn this box into a house for the dolls. And she did. Little D made the dolls a desk and a chest of drawers. She made a dining room with a table and dishes for the table. What else do you think that she might make for her dollhouse? Do you have a dollhouse? Little D made the dolls some dresses. She made all kinds of dresses. Then she dressed her dolls and took them for a drive in the desert. They saw a dromedary. That is another word for camel. Does anyone know what these are called? Something that you might find in the desert, a plant? Those are called cactuses, cacti. Little D made some toys for her dolls. She made ducks for her dolls. She made dogs for her dolls. She put the ducks and the dogs into the house. One day a doll was sick. What do you do if you're sick? Who does someone in your family call? She took the dolls to a doctor. One day a doll had a toothache. Who would you go see if you had a toothache? Little D took the doll to a dentist. One day, little D walked out of her door. I will buy some donuts for my dolls, she said. We will have donuts for dinner. Does your family have donuts for dinner? Does that sound like a healthy dinner? Not really to me. Maybe you could have donuts for dessert instead. She put a dozen donuts on the dining room table. Why did she need a dozen? Do you know how many is in a dozen? That's 12. I wonder if there are 12 dolls. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, that's not 12, but I bet little D wants a donut. That makes 12. We have dolls, donuts, a dog, dromedary, a desk, a chest of drawers, dolls' dresses, and ducks. All things that begin with the letter D. Can you read these words that begin with D? Diamond, deer, diary, domino, daisy, dinosaur, dog, donkey, dandelion, dove, dustpan. Awesome. Do you think that you could add some of these things to your seesaw collage for the letter D? Maybe you could draw or take a picture of your dog if you have one. Maybe you could draw a dinosaur or take a picture of a dustpan in your house. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your letter D collage, and I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Don't forget to keep practicing the sound D.